First, the British number 3 travelled to Felsberg to train with 20-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer to fine-tune the Swiss game ahead of his return to the dirt in Madrid. Then, Evans hit with the stationary Andy Murray, with the former world No. 1 continuing his rehab from injury. Ahead of his first match at Roland Garros against Spain's Fernando Verdasco, Evans looked back on an eventful month on the practice court. "Obviously the Roger thing is pretty well documented, I think," the Briton said. "And it was a great experience. He was very good to be around, very helpful. Everything was sorted when we got there, which made life a lot easier. And yeah, it was a great few days with him." Federer trained with Evans in Switzerland. Picture Corbett via Getty Images. "He was so down to earth off the court. It was a bit surreal sometimes how we ate lunch and stuff. He didn't hide away or anything. He just basically did normal stuff. He didn't change his day because people were going to come up to him." Advertisement. And then Andy I hit with, I think it was twice, at Wimbledon. He's obviously hitting the ball great. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that he wasn't moving that day. I'm not sure if that was because he couldn't or didn't want to. But he hit the ball great. And I enjoyed it." Evans was coy on Murray's chances of returning, but his knock with Federer in Switzerland certainly struck a chord, and he called for a more simplistic approach to be adopted in British tennis. "I was pretty surprised with, I don't know why, but how simple a lot of the drills were, and it was a bit of an eye-opener to what's being done in our country, to what the greatest tennis player of all time does," he added. "Well, I mean, everyone seems to be doing that, apart from we seem to have a different way to do it." Evans called for changes in British tennis. Picture Getty Images. "It was just so basic, so let's maybe get the basics right. Walk before we can run would be good for me. We need more people inside 2 to 300 before we start having analysis and stuff like that. But hey, what do I know? The Lawn Tennis Association, the governing body of British tennis, has invested heavily in a new performance strategy, the brainchild of performance director Simon Timpson, which hopes to increase the production rate of top 100 players over a 10-year period." Advertisement. But Evans wants to see more funding going directly to players in order to open the sport up to those who can't afford to pursue a career in professional tennis. "The people who are running performance obviously don't think it's wasted. They want to put their money into that," he continued. "People are using it, so it's not wasted, but I think it could be spread out a little better so the people who are not great at the minute, tennis players who are outside 2 to 300 in our country, you can't be a tennis player when you have no money or you're from a bad area. It's impossible unless your mum and dad remortgage their house. Why should people do that when there's 6 analysis guys? That's my biggest thing. If you're 2 to 300 in the world, you either have to be rich or you don't get a chance. In France there is such a good system, or Spain, they're playing tournaments all the time. You hear about people you didn't even know could play tennis coming through. In our country, even you guys could tell me the people who are supposed to be good coming through. The alarming thing is that no one else gets a chance. If you've got no money in our country, you can't be a tennis player. If you get more people playing at that level, 100% there would be better tennis players." Advertisement. It's alright talking about sports science, but if you've not got 7, 8 players playing in every age, it doesn't work for me. Whereas when the bonus system was in place, there was good numbers playing tennis. Johanna Konta and Gam Norrie, meanwhile, learnt the first-round opponents. Konta will face German qualifier Antonia Lottner in the opening round, while Norrie faces Elliot Benchatritt following Nick Kyrgios' withdrawal. More tennis. Advertisement. Let's block ads. Why?